Hi, everybody. Welcome to GenX Living Life. My name is Maggie.
And I am Penny.
Today, we are going to talk about things that are no longer free that used to be free back in the day. So, anyway, can you remember any of the things, Penny,
Oh,
that
well,
we used to take for granted that were free, but now you have to pay for?
well, I do remember something that was a big part of my life was television. As long as you bought the TV, all the, what is it, 5 channels that we had, all those channels were free until cable came along. And then there was a point where you couldn't even watch TV without cable because it was such a
That's
bad
true.
picture. Yeah. Or you had a good
Yeah.
antenna. Yeah. So,
Right. But everything went to cable.
hmm
And I think way back, the premise of people paying cable was that they would not have any commercials. Well, guess what? Haha. You still get commercials.
yeah. Yeah. There's two different plans, right? There's a plan with commercials and without. And obviously the one
Then you got to
without
pay.
is pay a lot more. Yeah. Yeah. There's always a catch, right?
There's
Always
always
a
a catch.
catch.
So they feed you this line. It's like no commercials, but then little by little,
It
they
creeps in
put
there.
it in.
Yeah.
It creeps in there.
Yeah. And then they've got regular content and then premium content, which has like better movies or, better
Hmm.
shows. And
Yeah.
yeah. And even, well, I always try and look and see on my credit card if there's some kind of discount. Even my phone service, sometimes they say $10 a month for two different, services. So
Yeah.
I'm always like on the search for those.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people have since pulled the plug on cable and now they're using streaming
Yeah.
services
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
well and subscriptions that way. So, anyway, TV by no means is free any longer
Yeah.
if you want to watch good TV.
Right, right. You have to pay something usually, even if
Yep.
it's a little bit, you have to pay something, which is sad,
Yep.
isn't it? It's kind of sad.
Yeah. So, another one is water.
Hmm
You could drink water out of the hose just like us Gen Xers did,
Yeah.
and that would be free. But now people don't, that's kind of frowned upon these days. So if
It's
you
probably
want
unsafe.
water,
It's probably unsafe too.
probably full of lead or
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have to do? You have to go to a convenience store and buy water. There's not even a drinking fountain anywhere that you can find. And
Yeah.
even when you come across one, they're kind of
Pretty
nasty,
gross. Yeah. Yeah. I think the
especially if
airport
you're in a
ones.
park or something.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You
Kind of
don't know
gross.
what's happened to it overnight or whatever. People mess with them. I
Yeah.
know, or they're just broken. Usually, the only water I'll drink from a fountain is like from the airport because I'm dying of thirst, and I'll drink that water there or fill up my
Yeah.
bottle, because we can't bring water on the plane anymore.
Right.
Uh, yeah. Another thing too is grocery bags. Remember they used to be free, and now it's like 5 cents, 10 cents.
Oh, yeah, I know. A lot of municipalities have banned
Hmm
plastic bags.
hmm
So if you want one, they still offer it, but you have to buy it as
Yeah.
well as a paper bag. So,
Right, right. I don't know. I guess the idea was to cut back on plastic, but I don't really see that. I just see them charging us more for thicker plastic that seems less biodegradable. Right? I don't know.
I don't
That's how
know.
I see it.
Yeah, people will still buy the bag and they're
Mm-hmm.
still making the bags.
Yeah.
Nobody stopped making them. So, and then you forget the bags that you
Right.
get, the permanent bag, you
Mm-hmm.
forget them
Yeah.
sometimes. I forget them all the time.
Yeah, and it's usually in my car, so I'm walking out with all this stuff in my arms trying to make it to my car.
I just take the buggy to my car and I've got those compartmentalized
Oh, that's nice.
totes in
Yeah.
there and I just put them in there.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
So
like
that's
that.
what I do. Yeah. Food delivery once upon a time
Oh
was
yeah.
free and you just had to tip, but now you have to pay a fee
And
on
tip.
top of the tip. Yeah.
Like what the heck is that?
And it ends up costing more than your order sometimes
Oh
or
my
equal.
God.
It's like you could
Yeah.
have gotten another entree for the price of all
Yeah.
that extra stuff. And I don't know, it's like you get judged if it's not 20%
Oh my
of a
God.
tip.
I know.
And I'm like, really? It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, and 20% sometimes that's a lot. it adds up. I mean, I understand that, people need to make a living, but they should be paid a living wage as well. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's
Exactly.
not easy. It's not easy.
Otherwise, it's charity.
Yeah, right. But then they
I
probably feel
mean,
like they're
really, a
like,
tip should it's like gratitude, it's
yeah.
thank you and
Mm-hmm.
everything, but it shouldn't be part of your salary.
Right.
That shouldn't be the way it's set up, but
Yeah.
somehow it morphed into that, and that only happened the last few years
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
where it's exploded to that level where it's expected and demanded almost,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in some places.
Yeah,
So,
it's true. It's true. Yeah. But
yeah,
yeah. So then the
yep,
the tip I mean the tipping culture is, I mean, kind of bad now too. It's like
mhm,
it's gotten out of hand to the point where,
yeah,
I mean, I used to do my job and I never got tips. And I feel like we
mhm,
did a lot more too,
yeah,
in a way,
yeah.
you know.
So
Yeah. But how about when you fly? Do you try and make everything carry on, or like, what do you do?
I I personally try to travel light. I'm not going into remote places where there's nothing. Everywhere I go, there's going to be a place to buy stuff. So I
Right.
try to travel light. But if I must check a bag, it's like I really have to consider strongly what I'm packing and if I really need it and how long I'm going to be to make it worth the
Okay.
$50 that it costs
That's a
to pick
lot.
a bag.
That is crazy. I mean, I can see like maybe $10, that maybe, but $50 is a lot, I
It
think.
is a lot. It's excessive.
Yeah.
It's excessive. And I don't think, I'm pretty sure in the past that was part of your ticket. You were allowed
Mm.
at least one per passenger.
Yeah, I mean, usually it was at least one bag per passenger. Now it's zero
Yeah.
bags per
No matter
passenger.
what the size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of
Yeah.
them, and they nickel and dime you. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, if you're carrying a purse, that's your carry on.
Mm-hmm. That's
Then we're going to
crazy.
charge you to bring another bag into the plane. I was
Yeah.
like, it's nuts.
See, like in
Nuts,
the
nuts,
winter, you
nuts.
can kind of get away with it, like putting maybe three shirts on and then your jacket. But
Yeah.
I mean, that can only go so far, right? But sometimes, I mean, people they try really hard to fit as much as they can on these, in these bags, and then
Mhm.
the overhead space gets all used up.
Yeah, if you're not one of the
Yeah.
first people
Mm-hmm.
in, then you'll have to check the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think at that point it's free. I don't think they'll charge you.
And I
Yeah.
try to do it that
Did you? Did it work? It worked. Good job.
way. How about the newspaper
Oh yeah.
online? When you could read articles online, that was free.
Not anymore. You have to
Now,
subscribe.
you see this compelling headline and then, the first couple of sentences, and you
Yeah.
want to read more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get halted. It's like to read the rest of the article,
Everything's grayed out.
subscribe to I'm like,
Yeah.
hell no. I ain't doing
I
that.
I know that's crazy. I mean,
I'll
they
find
have
another source. You're not the only news source
right,
there's up
exactly.
there.
It's true. That's true. Yeah.
So finally, service fees for movie tickets and concert
Oh
tickets.
yeah, and baseball, sports. Yeah,
Or
any kind of ticket, entertainment venue.
got
Yeah.
to pay that middleman.
Crazy. See, we're in the
Yeah,
wrong business. I should have done that. Cuz sometimes those fees are really high.
they are. They
You've
are.
got thousands of people at a concert and everyone's being charged like 10, 15, $20.
But you know
It's a
what?
lot of money.
Here's the kicker, Penny. People pay it.
Well, they don't have a choice. I know.
Well, they
Yeah.
do have a choice. They have a choice not to go.
Yeah, true. But if you want to go, you don't have a
But if
choice.
you want to go, you pay it.
Yeah, sad.
Somehow, that somehow it's like, okay, that's more than I budgeted for. But a
Yeah.
lot of people don't budget; they just do it anyway and
Yeah.
pay for it later.
That's
So,
sad. That's why I say we're in the wrong business. We should have gone into that and be like that middle person that sells tickets.
mhm. Well, anyway, I'm not looking for another career. This is it. So those were 10 things that used to be free but are not free anymore. Can you think of any others? Leave us a comment down below and let us know if you can think of something else that we have omitted. And also, please like, subscribe. It helps the channel a whole lot.
Yeah,
And we appreciate you stopping to watch.
we do. Yep.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Take
Take care.
care. We'll
Bye.
see you next time. Bye.